Warm welcome to our committee. Well, over the last 2 hours, there have been quite a lot of questions for you. But there's one that I would like to look at more deeply with you, and that's the issue of digital currencies and cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, for example, has become much more important in recent years. To what extent is this a competition to the euro and the ECB? How can money laundering and criminality be combated in the use of cryptocurrencies? How can the ECB be working? Another question that we haven't had yet is that in Germany, we've currently got negative interest rates, and the response is in Germany is very negative for small savers, for German Sparkassen, the small savings banks and cooperative banks. This is really difficult. As you see it, do you think it's unavoidable to have a reduction in the number of banks? Or do you think that the diversity of the banking market in Germany could actually be an asset in dealing with an upcoming economic and financial crisis?
I hope you're not asking me my view on a particular merger. So, thank you so much for bringing us back to the digital currencies, because I think it's important. The principle that I set out earlier on, number one, financial stability and avoidance of risks, but number two, allowing the innovation and not stifling it, I think remains. I would distinguish between, cryptocurrencies a la bitcoins, which, certainly can be analyzed differently depending on where they are reviewed. There are places in the world where they are regarded as assets. There are places in the world where they're regarded as currencies. There are places in the world where they're regarded as securities. So there's a whole chaos of the proper analytical framework for such thing. But in the main, what we have observed recently is that it has been a fairly speculative and highly volatile product, and one that is not sufficiently large to actually threaten stability and be a hindrance to the proper transmission of monetary policy. I would distinguish that from the stable coins, which are, in my view, a different type of animal, and which probably have a different future. But that being said, I believe that stable coins, whether they are the Libras of this world or central bank digital currencies, they have to be in compliance with all the rules and regulations that apply to activity. So I'm not overly concerned about, is it a bank? I think it's far more important to focus on the activity that is conducted by those groupings to make sure that there is full compliance with the regulations that apply to those products. And in that vein, I would suggest that anything that protects against money laundering, against the financing of terrorism, against financial stability, against proper transmission of monetary policy should be...
Never make it really big and be accepted by governments, regulators. If you're anonymous and if you give individuals the opportunity for money laundering and for bad things. And if you all follow the press, you know that Bitcoin always is a boost for things like this. Anonymous transactions, people buying drugs, buying weapons, buying things that they should... Something that we do not want to do with OneCoin. We don't want people who need this anonymity, they can go somewhere else, but not with us. And this is also why we are very, very strict on procedures. Whoever joins ONECOIN does a KYC procedure where you upload your ID card, and we do everything that the regulator even does not want us to do, but we do this to show that we are a legitimate business to stay. We cannot grow this company really big and be a global player if we don't play by the rules. And this is very important.
Paramount when assessing whether those products should be allowed to prosper in our region of the world and possibly in other places, which is why I was really pleased to see that Benoît Cœuré of the ECB was tasked by the G7 to actually look at those digital currencies, consult as broadly as possible, and come back with some findings as to, its appropriateness or not.
Thank you. Now for non-attached, we have Per Nicola Pedicini.